Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Commander Clash podcast, where we talk all things Commander. And this week, we are talking about the biggest, baddest creatures you can play in Magic the Gathering, aka the Timmy Bracket. In case you don't know what a Timmy is, it's sometimes used in a derogatory manner, but the actual definition of Timmy is the tendency to use big creatures or cast big spells is known as a Timmy or a Tammy in the archetype of Magic players. So we're gonna break down the best, biggest, baddest Timmy cards today. Join with me today is Seth, probably better known as Timmy Olive. How you doing, Seth?
I'm doing good. I like Timmy cards. So yeah, I like Timmy cards. This is a perfect tier list for me or bracket for me. I'm excited. This should be fun.
Krim, the Asian Timmy. What's up?
It's going well. I'm excited to talk about some of the biggest creatures that there ever were, and even some of the ones that aren't on here.
And Budget Commander Timmer. How you doing, Timmer?
Timmer. Doesn't the comment section actually call you Timmer?
That's actually how I'm called usually.
Is that
autocorrect?
Is that autocorrect? Yeah, I figured that had to be.
Yeah. I respond to Timmer.
Timer is what my phone's definitely corrected Tomer to.
So just to clarify too, we're doing just creatures, Timmy creatures, not just like big spells or whatever. But yeah, how's the Tim Father doing?
The Tim Father, Richard. I am your host, and I will be guiding you through. So there are a lot of big creatures. I made the bracket. I had the liberty of sneaking in my proud favorite Desolation Twin. Krim was very upset that Draco didn't make it. If you want to
or
see,
Croson Cloud Scrape,
if you want to see
either
some
one,
boomer cards in here, let us know in the comments. Let us know what we've missed. But here's our top 16, and we're gonna go with that. But before we do that, we have a sponsor. Today's show is brought to you by Card Conduit, the easiest way to sell your Magic card. Card Conduit lets you skip all the typing, time, and work associated with buy listing, and their curated service lets you send in as many cards as you want with buy list value $1 or more, and you pay just a 5% service fee. You can use their sorted service where you list and sort your cards and pay only 2%. You get a detailed report and fast payment once your order is processed. You can get 10% off by heading over to cardconduit.com/mdggoldfish. So thank you, Card Conduit, for supporting today's show. You can send all your small creatures that aren't Timmy enough to them to exchange for some of the cards we're going to talk about. So 16 cards seeded randomly, and we are going to use arbitrary criteria to decide what the Timmiest card of them all is. And starting off, round one is Galta, Stampede Tyrant, and Brizella, Voice of Nightmares. So Galta has many card variations. She's always a 12/12, and we're choosing the latest Galta. She's an Elder Dinosaur for 8 mana, 12/12 trample. When she ETBs, put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Brizella is a combination of 2 white angels that when you assemble them, you can meld into an Eldrazi angel, which is a 9/10 flying, first strike, vigilance, lifelink. Your opponent can't cast spells with converted mana costs 3 or less. The Dino or the Eldrazi angel, Seth.
I mean, what are we judging this on again?
So Brizella is cool. The problem I have with it is you need 2 cards. So like, I don't know. Do Timmys actually want 2 cards? I feel like when I think of playing Timmy, I just want like a big creature in my hand that I'm going to play and something cool is going to happen. I don't want to like have to find multiple things, like play a 4/4 Baneslayer Angel or whatever, and then eventually if I draw the right thing. So I think it's got to be Galta. Like Galta to me screams ultimate Timmy card. It is just so big. It's got this really splashy effect. Not only does it come down, it lets you dump your hand of other creatures. So Brizella is cool, but I think as far as Timmy cards, it doesn't get much better than Galta. So I think Galta for me is it takes the win here.
Isn't Galta though kind of the same though? Don't you need other cards to make it so that you do your Timmy thing?
I mean, it's a 12/12.
Because if you just have Galta,
It's a 12/12.
It is a 12/12
trampler. It's a big boy.
And
she brings buddies.
If we're going by the rule of Timmy, then like, I mean, I guess yeah, Dinosaur is like the most Timmy, and on top of that, big number make Timmy happy. So if that's true, then I guess I also go Galta, even though as Timmy as Galta is, I mean, everybody talks about the merging of Brizella, right? everybody wants to do that. That's like also absurdly actually, you know what? It's even harder to do, so that makes it more Timmy. This Galta is too easy because you just play 12-12 and burr. But like
hipster Timmy.
Like no. Because when you think about it, what a Timmy player wants to do is have this card that is impossible and most likely not ever going to happen, in this dream scenario.
But that's
And
a John.
so-
That's a
Yeah, then you're a combo
not a
player.
John
I think you're a
guy.
combo player.
Hey,
Yeah,
John,
you're playing against that.
No. Combo player is not is very, very different. This is like, I don't know. There's two very Timmy cards that get merged together because Angels are pretty Timmy. I actually think Brizella might actually get my
All right,
pick.
you're
Never
going
mind.
for
I'm
the
shifting
Angel
gears.
Eldrazi.
I'm going to
Tomer.
the Angel Eldrazi.
This actually hurts because, spoiler alert, these are my top 2 favorites on the entire chart, and it actually hurts me so much that one of my babies has to be eliminated in the first round of
My
the
baby's
first
not even here.
bracket. It sucks. So I think Galta is the clear favorite to win on this one. But here's the case for Brizella. Okay, so it is a Timmy thing because you look at the backside, it is fantastic. It's a huge Eldrazi Angel thing. It has a huge effect that's very unique. But the thing that really makes it stand out is it's literally the largest creature on the entire bracket. I'm not talking the power and toughness. I'm taking, when you meld the two, you take one of the cards, you take one of the other cards, and you put it. And then just like, maybe if you're like a digital zoomer or whatever, you can't really appreciate this. But when you take the 2 physical cards and you put it on the table, and it's literally double the size of every other creature on the battlefield, that just warms a Timmy heart, you know?
It
like
takes
it's
up
not
a lot
always
of
about the
space.
power and toughness. This is a big old angel, but it is literally the biggest thing on the battlefield when you meld them. And I think that's also very Timmy. But also Galta is like, it's green, it's a 12-12 trampler, it puts all the things on the battlefield. Like, oh my god, I don't.
Brisella's just
Brizella.
Brisella's just a bad BFM, really, when you think about it. Like, it's
We literally had
no
a secret
respect
lair
for
with
big,
Brizella
big
as a
free
commander.
monster. That's just like a way bigger, better.
All right, Tomer,
version
you're
of
on the
Brizella.
clock. Would you like to phone a friend, use a lifeline? What are you choosing here?
Oh
choosing
yeah,
Brizella, right?
I'm gonna call Brewer's Kitchen to tell me which one's more to me.
You're choosing Brizella, right?
Galta's the face
so
of Timminess. It's the face of Timminess and magic.
A dinosaur? Come on, that's too.
It's
Timmy.
Galta. It's Galta.
All right.
It
Yes,
hurts.
you made the right decision, Tomer. I can't believe this was even a choice. Okay, Galta tramples over both halves of your card. Okay, 12-12. It's green. It's a dinosaur. It requires 0 thought. It requires 0 deck building, 0 comboing. It is the Timmiest of Timmy cards. So I also choose Galta over the angel. This is not even the best angel on this list. So we're gonna go
gonna say,
Galta
though,
3-1.
I'm gonna say though that which card do I like more? It's 100% Brizella. 100%. I'm a culture player. I like taking 2 things and putting them together to make them better. And that is Brizella, baby. But like Galta is more to me. It's unfortunate. Sad.
All right.
Why we gotta do this
that was a
in
tough
first
one because
bracket?
those could have been finalists. So we'll move on to the next 2 cards. We got Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, representing all Eldrazi Titans. So there's no Emrakul here, there's no Kozilek, and there's also 2 of each of these cards. But we got Ulamog to represent. And then Gigantosaurus. So Ulamog, 10 mana, 10/10, a legendary creature Eldrazi. When you cast a spell, exile 2 target permanents, indestructible. When it attacks, defending player exiles the top 20 cards of their library. Gigantosaurus, green, 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 green. So 5 green mana, 10/10. That's it. It's just flavor text.
I mean, I gotta ask you this: Are Eldrazi players just Timmies? Like, are Eldrazi players Timmy?
What kind of Eldrazi players? The ones that play Ancient Tomb into.
I mean, you choose your pick, whichever one's gonna play this, because this is kind of similar, right? But I feel like this is gonna sound weird, but I choose Gigantosaurus. Why? Because it's more Timmy, because it's just some unreasonable amount of color pips. It's a big number, and it literally does nothing else but big number. So I think Gigantosaurus alone, and you know what? It's a dinosaur, which we've already chosen as like the Timmy, like that is already a shoo-in for Timmy types, right? So like, yeah, I'm choosing Gigantosaurus because it has to be something extremely inefficient.
Eldrazi are like the biggest, baddest creatures in Magic, but Arena sold me on Gigantosaurus. That was a card that was in like a intro deck or like a new player deck, and you would run into people at the lower ranks that just like everyone would jam. It's so bad. It dies to every Doomblade. It gets chump blocked for days by 1/1s. It's like the worst card, but you could see so many players would just jam that in their deck because it's a 5-mana 10/10. Like the stats just jump off the page. So as strong as Eldrazi are and they're better cards, I think that Gigantosaurus, I'm with Krim. I think it's actually more Timmy.
Well, like, isn't Annihilator just a Timmy keyword, though? The thing is so large that when it attacks, it just annihilates thing in some path. Like,
Well, this
that
one doesn't have
feels
Annihilator.
very Timmy.
That's
like,
true.
I feel like the Eldrazi Titan are like the spikiest version of a Timmy. You're still a Timmy player, but you're just playing the most optimized Timmy cards, right?
Do spiky
That's how I
Timmies
see it.
exist?
I think you hand in your Timmy card when you go Spike.
Yeah, right? Because then you're
It goes
just Spike,
Spike.
right?
I guess you could like try to reanimate Gigantosaurus. you like into reanimate.
Eldrazi
What
is
is it?
so
Gigantosaurus.
Yeah, like that's the most Timmy thing you could do, right?
But it's just like, oh my god, Gigantosaurus is like it's going up against
It has
Alto. We already
5
know what's going to
green
happen
pips.
to Gigantosaurus. I got to give it to Ulamog. It's not just
It's
another
5
dinosaur,
green
you know.
pips, Tomer.
I get it.
Ulamog has
No,
been
I get
tainted
it.
by Tron players. It's
Yeah.
too meta. It's like a good card. It's not even a Timmy card. I feel no joy because if people like sigh and they're like, you play Gigantosaurus, like everyone gives you props. You're like, nice.
And then they
So the Eldrazi Titans lose Timminess because they're just too
They're
good.
too good. They're too good to
No,
be
okay,
Timmy.
okay. Here's this: for 10 mana, you can have 2 Gigantosauruses.
Ooh, that's 20 power.
You swing me, I exile 20 cards, I smack you back for 20.
They're Titan.
Gigantosaurus
in the name.
3/1.
Gigantosaurus destroys the ceaseless hunger.
Destroys the ceaseless hunger. Oh, okay. Next bracket, double green. What do we do here, boys? Apex
I'm sensing
Devastator.
a theme.
Apex Devastator versus Impervious Great Worm. Apex Devastator, 10 mana green card, 10/10. Chimera Hydra, Cascade. 4 cascades.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
Impervious Great Worm, 10 mana, 16/16. Convoke Indestructible. I believe 16/16 is the 3rd largest creature in all of Magic.
Richard, you didn't have to read anything after 1616. That's my vote. Simple as
Whoa.
that is the Timmy. No, it doesn't matter.
No.
Cascade, cool. What are you going to cascade into? Good cards? That's not very Timmy of you. So, like, here's what we're going to do. What's more inefficient? Impervious Great Worm.
Well, that could
Boom.
be very efficient.
Why?
You could convoke seven creatures. It's a 3 mana 16.
No. The Timmy way is you're trying to convoke maybe 1 or 2 mana off because you're playing Gigantosaurus. So maybe you get 2 mana off. You're hard casting the sucker pretty much. Because why? 16/16. Big worm go burr. Don't care about the rest of it.
Oh,
Also, again, extremely inefficient. Doesn't even have trample.
Crim's criteria for this is so weird to me.
Cascading?
Cascading is like, Timmy's love it. You jam this and you get other random big things hitting the battlefield. Like, to me, Apex Devastator is like very peak Timmy play. Like, yes, you could try to like play it spiky, I guess, but you could do that with any card. You could try to make Impervious Great Worm, like make a ton of tokens and convoke it out real
You
quick
really
and get
can't.
them. Like,
You really can't.
but I think
really can't.
Cascade is like a super Timmy casual. You play a big thing and get a bunch more big things randomly with it. So I think it's easily Apex Devastator. Impervious Great Worm is bigger, but it's just like way less fun. It's like very boring. I don't think Timmy's like boring.
Seth, can you say the power and toughness of Impervious Great Worm for me one time?
It's a 16/16.
That's it. There it is.
I don't know. I'm gonna give it to the Devastator too. Cascade is just brings joy to a lot of Timmy hearts, and you do it 4 times.
Does it?
It's not even necessarily that good because you're gonna hit like rampant growths or whatever. But like, it's just funny. It's just funny. You do it 4 times. 4 times.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Krim. So 1616. That's the second largest creature in all of Magic the Gathering. Okay. The biggest is Yargle, but Yargle skipped leg day. 18-6. Okay, this is 16-16. You want to like quadruple block it? Don't worry, I got indestructibility, baby. So
that's Timmy, dude.
16.
Yeah, exactly.
16. In 1v1, that's like 3/4 of your life. You shocked twice, you're dead.
You guys.
You pray I don't find a way to make this worm fly or get trampled.
Okay.
This logic.
That we gotta know. We gotta know.
Right.
Now we gotta throw it to our resident expert, ChatGPT.
Oh God.
Now
we should have like Phil on call.
I don't even know
He's
how
probably the most Timmy out of all of us.
Is gonna judge this.
Okay. So we
Phil
got
his value.
here's what I'm at. ChatGPT. What is more Timmy? Impervious Great Worm or Apex Devastator? Choose one card, please. You gotta be very specific, otherwise ChatGPT does like random things.
Shouldn't you make it choose which one's more casual?
I asked which one's more Timmy.
I'm still on call, Phil.
What? All right, let's see if you change your mind if ChatGPT agrees with you.
No,
Phil's going for Devastator. Phil. Like Phil, there's no way Phil's gonna pass up 4 Cascade.
Phil's a Johnny.
Yeah, Phil's a Johnny.
Between Impervious Great Worm and Apex Devastator, Apex Devastator is generally more in line with the preferences of Timmy players. Apex Devastator has a unique and dramatic ability, casting 4 random cards with Cascade when it enters the battlefield. This leads to a cascade of big creatures and spells, creating an exciting and impactful moment that Timmy players tend to enjoy. Impervious Great Worm, while a large and powerful creature, lacks the same level of variety and unpredictability that often appeals to Timmy players. The Cascade ability of Apex Devastator, allowing for the potential casting of multiple spells in a single turn.
We get it, AI. You just have to say one word.
Keeps going.
Aligns well with
my God.
That was a very detailed breakdown. Apex Devastator 3-2. I'm sad.
All right.
The AI just isn't it's not perfected yet.
It's just we got to train it.
It doesn't
some more.
understand.
Is
that emotion?
I think that was a new voice from last time too.
Is it? That may be my fault. Progenitus versus Force of Nature. So Progenitus, double of Woober.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so white, blue, black, red, green. 10-10. Protection from everything. If it would be put in a graveyard from anywhere, reveal it and shuffle it back into its owner's library. And then we go with the OG Force of Nature. 6 mana, 4 green pips, 8/8, trample. At the beginning of your upkeep, Force of Nature deals 8 damage to you unless you pay green.
Okay.
The original card, okay?
I'm gonna
print it in
I'm
Alpha.
gonna paint
literally the original, the OG Timmy card. It is literally the definition of the OG Timmy card.
I'm gonna paint you a picture. You're on the playground. You're telling to your friends. You're pointing at the Progenitus. Oh my God, Timmy said friends. That's the friend's name in this case. This says protection from everything, dude. Oh my God, everything. Just that line alone is the most Timmy and hilariously over-the-top dramatic thing you could ever ask for.
I was actually gonna
wipe the board.
I was gonna ask you guys: is protection from everything a Timmy thing? Like I was going back and forth. Like, is it Timmy because my big thing can't die, or is it more of like a Spike thing? And Timmy is like, I don't care, like whatever. I just want to play this big thing, and like if it dies, it dies. Do you think that makes it
No,
more
no,
or less
no.
Timmy?
It's protection from
I think it's
everything.
protection from everything.
After that last AI
Everything.
thing where Great Worm's only a 16/16, then clearly, it doesn't matter if it's big or not.
I mean-
okay, the Progenitus just having pro everything is so over
Yeah.
the top and dramatic, right? By that AI standard.
It is a very flashy line of text for sure. But if you judge the cards by their era, like, I don't know, there's a lot of big cards from the era that Progenitus came out in. Force of Nature in 1993, like 6 mana 8/8 creatures were so bad back then. I mean, I guess this is also pretty bad by modern standards, but I don't know. No love for the you know what? This might just be nostalgia, but I'm gonna go with Force of Nature. I think that if you judge it in the context of its time, it was more impactful than Progenitus was during its era as a Timmy card.
I think it was more impactful, but Progenitus was the biggest thing of its era too. Like, there were big things in Alara, but Progenitus was literally the Timmiest of the Timmies,
Yeah.
I feel like this is like because these are very old cards, both of them. It feels like it's like the boomer generation versus like the silent generation, where like it's like if you were from the silent era, then yeah, you'd love the Force of Nature. How's your back? But then if you're from the Alara generation, you're getting up there in age, but you're gonna be nostalgic for that too. So it really depends on when you entered Magic. And I just gotta give it to Progenitus. I don't know, like Force of Nature, like I'm sure if you were playing in Alpha, like it is, I have to give it respect. Respect is due. That is the original Timmy card, literally the original Timmy card. But Progenitus, because I am biased, is my pick.
If you
Protection
vote for
from
if you
everything.
voted for Force of Nature, that means you were there at the creation of power.
I mean, I was there with the
You were
creation
friends
of
with
power.
Richard
I
Garfield.
played with
You
Force
hung
of
out in the
Nature
playground.
on the playground, and I will tell you that it wasn't even the Timmiest card back then. There were a lot of
What?
contenders. There was like Lord of the Pit. There was Leviathan. There was Shivan Dragon. So like it was not actually undisputed king. Progenitus, however, not only does it have protection for everything, look at that casting cost. That's the Timmiest casting cost you've ever seen. Right?
True.
Like white, white,
Like,
blue,
Adam-
blue,
Databases were bad.
All right.
red, red, green, green. You can't get away from that. And it's a 2-shot. It's a 10-10. It's a nice, clean 2-shot in 1v1. I have to give it to Progenitus, even though I grew up with Force of Nature.
All right.
That was a 3-1, right? Yeah.
Yeah. At least
Three
Force of Nature
negative
got a
11.
vote. At least it got a vote.
Force of Nature almost had negative 11.
All right. World Spine Worm versus Godsire. So World Spine Worm is 11, 11 mana. So 8, 3, and 3 green. 15,
Uncastable. Got
15
it.
trample. When it dies, put 3 5/5 green worm creature tokens with trample onto the battlefield. And then when World Spine Worm is put into a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle it into its owner's library. You'll notice that clause on a lot of these Timmy cards because Wizards didn't want you to reanimate them. And then Godsire, 4 red, green, green, white. So 8 mana Naya, 8/8. It's a beast. Vigilance, tap it. Put an 8/8 beast creature token into play. That's Naya. So Live the Dream, hit him with an 8/8, tap it, make another 8/8. It's snowball out of control.
Yeah, Godsire's like, it's a Timmy card that makes more Timmy cards. What more could you want? It's an 8/8 that just taps to make 8/8s. That's like, World Fine Worm is actually pretty spiky for me. Like, it's one of the premier cards in Pioneer. Like, to me, that taints it, that it's like a top tier competitive card. For me, Godsire is like, yeah, it's like an actual legit cheat it into play, indomitable creativity, polymorph style card. It was literally the best deck in Pioneer like a year ago. This was the premier finisher. You Xenagos and this and just one shot. So to me, this card's too spiky. Godsire, it's so Timmy. It's so Timmy.
It's so Timmy because I had to look it up right now.
What set is this from?
Shards of
Alara.
Alara. Shards of Alara.
Alara?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I forgot this thing exists.
I have a story with Godsire. Is when I got back into Magic was during a Alara block with a couple of friends of mine. I decided to do an Alara draft. And I opened up Godsire, and I was like, all right, that's it. I'm locked into Naya. I'm going to ramp. My deck will be about ramping out Godsire. I won one game. It was a buy. But the dream lived on, all right?
Strong.
The dream lived on. So I have a soft spot with Godsire. That said, World Spire Worm, what? It's 15/15 trampler and it makes 5 worms when it dies. I don't care if it was good. This is not like I don't believe in Timmy cards being not allowed to be good. All right, I disagree with this. I've never played your modern or whatever. That doesn't sound like Commander at all to me. And it's World Spine. It's a 15/15 trampler. Are you kidding me? And it makes 3 worms that are 5/5s.
But if
what's going on here?
If you tap Godsire once,
Robbery.
Tomer, it's a 16/16 technically. That beats a 15/15 if you think about it.
Yeah.
Only one tapping,
Yeah.
and it's bigger than World
You
Spine
pick
Worm.
Galta. Is Galta too good? I don't know. What if she's modern player? You're gonna be like, oh no, it's no longer Timmy.
Okay, Tomer with
outta
the World
here.
Spine Worm. Krim?
I'm going with Godsire
Mm.
because of that exact reason. I mean, it's just World Spine Worm's a little tainted. It was
The Ulamog
constantly
problem.
Goryo's
We've
vengeance
seen it in other
and
formats.
the Ulamog problem. Yeah.
These are still Timmy cards just because they're good Timmy cards.
I
hate.
think that's a contradiction there. But like
Not. You could be both.
And then Seth, you were Godsire, so it's,
I'm
it's
Godsire. Easy. Wait, what are you, Richard? Have you said?
Oh, I haven't said. Okay, is an 8/8 Timmy enough? When like normal creatures can double block it and bring it down, it hurts my soul.
Oh,
Like you need to throw the house against. You need to throw a Timmy card against a Timmy card. If you just gang up with like 2 4/4s and take it down, that's a little suspicious. I gotta go World Spine Worm. It's 1 less than Impervious Great Worm, except it has evasion and trample. And then if you somehow deal with it, you get 3 5/5s, right?
It's great.
but
15/50.
Ah.
15,
I don't
like
know.
8/8s. 8/8s. Tap
You
it
do
for an
spawn an
8/8.
army of 8/8s, right? Like that's pretty cool.
Yeah, my 8/8s beat your 5/5s. I'm just saying.
They're both cool. I'm fine with either of these. I just
Well-
don't agree with this whole. Oh, this card is too good. Therefore, it's
Then we got to go to the tiebreaker, Chat GPT. So Godsire or World Spine Worm?
Come on, AI. Come on, be good.
Between
second.
Godsire and World Spine Worm is generally more in line with the preferences of Timmy players. World Spine Worm is a massive creature with a straightforward, impactful
Oh,
ability.
now that matters.
When it dies,
Okay.
it creates 3 5/5 worm tokens. This kind
Okay.
of big, splashy effect that generates additional creatures tends to appeal to Timmy players who enjoy dramatic, game-changing moments. Godsire, while also a powerful creature, has a more complex ability involving token creation and tapping. Timmy players might find the simplicity and raw power of World Spine Worm more appealing in terms of the
Godsire
sheer
thing is
size
too
and impact
complicated.
it brings to the game.
Oh my god.
Tapping to make tokens is too
Tapping
complicated.
Too much.
Imagine tapping.
Did ChatGPT just say that it can't handle?
She's just saying Timmy players are dumb.
Timmy's, yes. Timmy's cannot handle tap.
I mean, there's a reason Gigantosaurus is in the next round, right? We don't want any words on our magic cards. All right, next round. Atali, new Atali versus Blightsteel Colossus. So Atali, Primal Conqueror. So much text. Okay, 7 mana, 7/7 trample. When it ETBs, each player exiles a top card of the library. Until they exile a non-land card, you may cast any number of spells from among the non-land cards exiled this way without paying its mana cost. 9 Phyrexian green. So 10 mana or 9 mana. Transform Atali. Activate only as a sorcery. Backside is 11/11. Trample, indestructible. When it deals combat damage to a player, they get that many poison counters. Blightsteel. 12 mana, 11/11. Trample, infect. It is indestructible. If it would be put in a graveyard from anywhere, shuffle into owner's library. So battle
Sure.
of the infect here.
This is the easiest one of the whole bracket. Like, Atali is Blightsteel, and it is also Apex Devastator, a card that we just agreed was like super Timmy because it puts a random thing in it. Like, it is everything Blightsteel is, and you get this big random effect, like splashy moment attached to it, and you steal all your opponent's stuff too, which is ridiculous. So I think Blightsteel is just like, Atali's like the new, updated, improved version of Blightsteel. And I think it's way more
no, that
Timmy.
means
What did you say about competitive?
What
did you say about competitive, Seth?
Anymore.
Hold
I guess
on.
I have to choose the worst card.
But being competitive, these cards are
I'll
equal,
choose the
though.
worst
These cards
card.
are equal.
No, they
This
are
is
not.
spiky.
They are not.
I mean, Blightsteel
Blightsteel yeah, Blightsteel gets tinkered in Vintage and Show and Tell in Legacy.
Vintage is a non-existent format that maybe I am sure I can get a Slack call of all the Vintage players together. That's how many like that's so. Let's
Assemble all the Timmies in the world. We gotta do a vote here.
Blightsteel Colossus is the underdog, and it's big silly robot. I'm going with Blightsteel Colossus. Atali's way too sweaty. Way too sweaty.
Way too sweaty. Yeah, it's no longer a Timmy card. I'm sorry. I have to revoke
Blightsteel's
its
sweaty
license.
too.
Tober, where are you at? We're at 1-1.
Of course it's Atali, because you get a big thing and then you get two other
so
spells
sweaty.
off of it.
Summer
So
knows Timmy.
Blow my
dude.
mind.
Well, I do not agree.
That's
I do not
so
agree
sweaty.
that a Timmy card can be good. It can't be good. It just boggles my mind. But it has to. It's of course it's Atali.
Summer, do you need a towel or a
It's
sweatband
so-
or anything?
It's so
I'm
obvious.
with
looking
Grim
pretty
here.
sweaty over there.
I think you guys are evaluating through a spike lens. Like, what brings just pure joy? Just a clean 11-11, indestructible. In fact, like Atali has like 8 million
Honest
words
match.
on it. You got to flip it, and you flip it into essentially a Blightsteel Colossus. So you paid like double the mana. You got to read
Nobody
like a
does
tome
that.
before you like play this card. I like Blightsteel. I think it's the simple, classic, nice and clean. If it didn't have that shuffle clause, it'd be such a clean card. It's just like 4 words on it, right? And then 11-11.
What have we learned?
No.
Godsire is
two more
too
spells.
complicated.
You get-
Godsire is
Okay,
too
okay.
complicated.
You get 4 more
ChatGPT
spells, right?
thinks Atali is too complicated or not, okay?
You know what Phil would vote on?
Oh, it'd be Italian.
He'd
Yeah, we
say-
need
he'd
Phil.
snap
I wish it
out.
was Phil. Phil would back us up.
No. Now we don't can't choose Phil now.
I would
We
choose
choose who
Phil's
we
at
want
the
whenever we
beginning.
want the card to win.
Yeah.
Between Itali, Primal Storm, and Blightsteel Colossus,
No.
Itali is generally more in line with the preferences of Timmy players.
What was it, Primal Conqueror?
Itali has a fun
Primal
and
Yeah,
chaotic
Primal
ability
Conqueror.
that allows you to exile the top
Undo.
card of each opponent's
Undo.
All right.
library.
Pause. So,
It could be the
ChatGPT.
same.
ChatGPT gave that answer, right? It's choosing Atali. I asked it specifically, Primal Conqueror. It just decided to use information from Primal Storm.
I mean, the
It is
logic's the
technically
same.
correct.
The logic's the
It's
same.
technically
You get
correct.
the big
No.
splash thing and Timmy's like it. So yes, I
Itali's-
agree.
No,
I
it's
mean,
not.
new Atali's even
It's not the
splashier
same.
than old Atali. I don't know.
No, wait, it's not the
Yeah.
same. Hold on.
Uh,
Listen,
The AI has spoken.
the Phil.
The AI
Take it
has
to Phil.
spoken.
We asked the AI and we confirmed that we
They
asked
spoke.
the right thing, and that's what it chose.
No, dude. No.
We,
that-
Aw.
we
no.
can't challenge.
I want the director's cut. I want the better cut. What is this garbage? That's his Primal Conqueror, not Primal Storm. Get that out of here.
I wasn't near the AI. I was a little bit bonkers.
Doesn't matter. The AI is omniscient. It knows more than us.
Snub, dude.
It
Yo.
knew that's what we wanted.
YouTube, you know you want the director's cut, the real cut, the final cut, not this, whatever this is.
All right. Yargle and Multani versus Desolation Twin. So Yargle and Multani. Does this count if it's a team up card?
I mean, they're both teaming up.
So
technically.
3 black, green. So 6 mana. 18-6. That's it. It's a legendary frog spirit elemental.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Desolation Twin. 10 mana, 10-10. When you cast Desolation Twin, put a 10-10 colorless Eldrazi creature token onto the battlefield. That's it.
Too much
That's
text.
That's too
Yargle.
much text.
Too much text, Yargle.
This is too complicated of a mechanic for
Too
Timmy's.
complicated.
The only thing that
You
I want to
lost me.
see,
You lost
if,
me.
if I'm a Timmy, the only thing I want to see is a wall of flavor text. Yargle and Multani. It has 18 power bird. Love it. Wall of flavor
So
text.
18
Hell
power
yeah.
is
I
the
think
highest
I-
natural power in Magic the Gathering. So
Yeah.
like no star or
that's
whatever
so Timmy.
shenanigans. Possibly bigger than a construct.
But doesn't Desolation Twin make one of, if not the biggest token in Magic, as far as just like a card that makes a token? There's not really any bigger tokens than that.
Good.
Too complicated.
Too complicated.
You know, like
Too complicated.
you know, our comment section would just be like Yargle is in first place, and we don't even need this. This is a whole charade. You know, so at the very least, we have to bring it to round 2. I think.
I agree. Yargle should pretty much start as the set, like already in the.
But
finals.
we're not doing
like,
a meme.
yeah.
We're not doing a meme tier list. This is the Timmy tier list, not the meme tier list.
Yeah, we have to take this seriously.
I think it's
Yeah.
Desolation Twin.
Very serious.
I think it's still at 20 power. 20 power. 2 huge bodies. That's like
18
super
power.
That's super
Wall
Timmy.
of flavor.
So 2-1, right?
Wall of flavor text.
If Yargle didn't skip leg day, be up here. 18-6?
Yeah, no
A ball
toughness.
lightning trades with it. Right? Like 3 Thalias can first
Who's
strike it
blocking?
down. If it was 18-18,
Power's only-
we'd be talking.
How do you get 3
Thalias.
Thalias?
This is because it's Richard's pick.
3
He
Thalias.
smuggled this onto the list. No one else.
How do you
voted
even
for it.
get 3 Thalias?
I'm just saying,
He's
6
gonna vote
if
for it.
I were to knock Godsire for being 8 toughness, Yargle is 6. It's like a glass cannon. Like no, we need the beefy 10-10s. Again, it's a one shot if you don't have a blocker.
We're gonna lose all our subs because you kicked out Yargle in the first round.
Do you remember
I'll
when
tell Yargle to hit the
was-
squats, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you remember when Tomer played Yargle for a Commander Clash and we very quickly were dying? Like, you remember that?
Yeah, I love
remember that.
Yargle. Yargle, like if you just give it a little pump, you can get there with commander damage too. It's super clean and
Giant growth.
Yeah, in commander, but 6 toughness. Can 6
Yeah.
toughness be considered a Timmy card?
Yes, because it doesn't matter because
That's
the
like-
front half is 18,
That's like the lowest toughness on our entire list
Sure.
by quite a bit, I think.
but counteracted by the highest power and the
Yeah,
most.
It's
and
all
the
about
best-
power. Who cares
and
about
flavor
toughness?
text.
Do Timmys actually care about toughness? They care about power.
I think
Care
they're
about surviving combat.
Do they?
Okay, so we're gonna check with our resident expert. Does leg day matter? Do we need butts here, or can we just go all in on the power?
Please tell me this is your actual prompt. Can we skip it?
Yargle, Glutton of Urborg, and Multani, Yavamaya's avatar, are generally more aligned with the Timmy playstyle. Both Yargle and Multani offer big, splashy creatures with unique characteristics. Yargle is a straightforward but massive creature with a
So ChatGPT took the 2 individual
They took
cards
2 individual cards
and
put them together.
combined
Well,
took down
I mean-
Desolation Twin.
Well, according to a Kali
I mean,
Primal Conqueror,
I guess-
right? Like, okay.
All judges' decisions are final. You
Should
cannot
have used Phil. It's not too late.
you cannot challenge the referee. So Yargle, and we have saved it. Yargle has made it through. We have rigged it so that Yargle has made it through to the next round. The
definitely
next
not-
round is a classic battle of the flyers. We got Avacyn, Angel of Hope, versus the Dragon. So Avacyn, 8 mana, so triple white, 8/8, flying, vigilance, indestructible. Other permanents you control have indestructible. And then the Dragon, 4 mana than Wooburg, so 9 mana, 5 colors,
Hell
10/10. Eminence, as long as the Dragon is in the command zone or on the battlefield, other dragon spells you cast cost 1 less. Flying, when 1 or more dragons you control attack, draw that many cards, then put a permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield.
So sweaty.
So
So
sweaty.
sweaty.
Tomer, you have an
So sweaty.
deck.
God, I couldn't imagine having an Dragon deck. I would have to constantly wear a sweatband. Like, Jesus. So sweaty.
Everybody's a hater. Everybody's a hater because they know who's the best. And it's
Avacyn.
Dragon.
That's why
Yeah, okay.
Avacyn is the most Timmy.
What's the most Timmy creature type in Magic? It's dragons.
Dinosaur.
You don't have to throw it. It was a rhetorical
it's
question.
dinosaur.
It's dragons.
It's
It
dinosaur.
might be
dragons.
dinosaur.
Dinosaurs.
It's
are just
legitimately
dragons
dinosaur.
without wings. All right, they're second tier.
Look,
all right?
opium is one
that's what
hell
they
of a
are.
drug.
They're dragons
Opium is
without
one
wings.
hell of a
That's
drug.
what they are. They're B tier dragons. S tier is always going to be the Dragon. It's a 10/10 flyer. It's 9 mana. It's Wooburg. And you know what? When you smack with your dragons, you put another permanent you draw cards, and then you put a permanent just onto the battlefield. Okay.
So sweaty.
Okay.
So sweaty.
Just read the card, and then choose Dragon. And if you choose anything else, read the card again.
Tomer, dinosaurs are the most Timmy type. Second off, it's Avacyn, Angel of Hope, because it's the clear underdog. It's the OG sweaty.
Read the card again.
No.
Is Avacyn underdog?
Angel 8/8. Read Indestructible. What's more Timmy than, oh my god, thinking nothing can die on your board and finding out Indestructible doesn't do what you think?
10/10 dragon that puts more dragons onto the battlefield.
Sweaty, and
Sweaty.
dragons are just dinosaurs that can fly with bigger wings and kind of cringe. So, dinosaurs.
They had to shed the mask so that they can fly. So they're just smaller dinosaurs. That's all.
Right. The 10/10 is.
We're at a one. We're at a 1/1
okay,
tie. What do you got for us?
So the problem with the Dragon is you really only can play in dragon decks. Like, sure, it's big and it's good if you're playing a dragon deck, but people love Avacyn. So many people just throw it in random decks because it's just this huge Timmy top end creature. So I think Avacyn wins just because you can play it in way more places. To me, that matters. Being a really good dragon is not as good as my criteria for this exact one ranking. So yes, for this one it is.
Tomer.
Oh, Tomer.
So I'm the
so
Avacyn.
Sorry.
Take
me, it's Avacyn.
What? Are you really? Are you not even calling Avacyn?
If I think Timmy in my head, if I think Commander the format, it's the format where you play Avacyn. It's the place you can do it. It's a big flying angel. It protects itself. It protects your whole team, and it sucked in standard. So Commander was the perfect home for it. Dragon's a bit sweaty. It's a bit sweaty. What do you think is more popular, angels or dragons?
What's more sweaty? Avacyn is less sweaty than Dragon.
Significantly less sweaty.
You're not casting it. You're reanimating
that's
it.
even
What are you
better.
talking about?
I think dragons probably are more
Avacyn's
popular.
great,
though.
but
no,
it's
not
literally the most popular creature type.
I think they
leader
are.
of the most popular creature type. It's 9 mana. It's Wooburg, and it puts other dragons directly onto the battlefield. What?
Tomer, it's okay.
I mean, whatever.
Enjoy
You
playing
do you.
with your lesser dinos.
I feel every time an angel is playable, everyone rejoices, Baneslayer or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But there's always a dragon that's playable, so I feel people have more affinity to angels, but I don't know. Dungeons and Dragons is a thing, right? It's not Dungeons and Angels.
Why there's always playable dragons? You know why they have to put a dragon in every
That's
single
true.
set?
They're more popular.
Because it's the best creature type. It's the most popular one. That's why they do it. Mark Rosewater literally said it was an Innistrad. When we went back to Innistrad, he said we have to put dragons in Innistrad even though it doesn't fit the lore because people love dragons that much. They throw in dragons where they're not supposed to be because that's how much people love them. Robbery. It's fine though. I'm not bitter.
All right, round 2. Oh no. Galta, Stampede Tyrant versus Gigantosaurus. The battle of the dinos, the actual dinos.
This is easy.
You put
Galta's
the
too sweaty. I would
Giganosaurus.
go Gigantosaurus.
You put the Giganosaurus into play with Galta. So I think it's
No.
Too sweaty.
Too sweaty.
How dare you play good cards as a Timmy player?
I picked Giganosaurus.
Why do you think it's good?
Easy to understand, hilarious mana cost, 10/10. Love it. Doesn't even have flavor text, so it's even easier to understand.
12 trample, and you dump your hand. That big moment. That's what the Timmy's
You know what?
That big moment.
You know what?
5
Gigantosaurus
broccolis.
as well.
Yeah, 5 broccolis. 10
I'm sorry, Galta's too sweaty.
It's good with Nick, though.
It is
Powerful,
too sweaty.
Therefore, it's not Timmy.
Are you
I'm gonna
going?
pick the
Are you
worst
going
card every single
Gigantosaurus,
time.
Tomer?
Giganosaurus for me.
I don't know what are you going for?
I think Gigantosaurus actually. There is something very appealing about 5 mana 10/10, but not it kind of like the Progenitus factor where it's double Wooburg. The 5 impossible to cast green mana. You draw 1 non-green land and your card is uncastable. Really appeals to me.
For abysmal payoff.
The lack of any text on it, I think. I don't know. It's a very unique Timmy card. Galta could be replaced by any other big, flashy, like top-end green card that does a bunch of stuff, but there's only one Gigantosaurus. There's only one giant vanilla creature.
Truly honest magic.
Joking.
What about
By the way,
Yargo?
it's definitely Galta. You're crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
thank you. Oh, thank you,
This is
Homer.
not the
Thank
Spike
you.
podcast.
Homer.
This is not what card
is-
is better.
not-
It is what card is more Timmy.
Because if you go up to a Timmy in 2023 and you say which card are you more excited to play, and you show them Gigantosaurus and Galta Stampede Tyrant, which one are they gonna choose?
Galta.
It's not gonna be.
Let me ask you
Galta. I'm
this.
sorry.
You're at
Boomer.
MagicCon. You play against a table. One person's playing Galta. One person plays Gigantosaurus. Who do you fist bump after the game?
Gigantosaurus.
Who has the more hipster cred?
Yeah.
We're not looking for hipster cred.
But that
We're
is
looking
the
for
Timmy.
excitement.
That
This
is
Cooler
the
that you had
Timmy.
to give the fist bump to.
Homer.
You know why people don't play the Gigantosaurus? It's because it doesn't excite them
they
as much as
can't
the Galta.
handle the Gigantosaurus.
Are we
Alright.
going back to
We're going back to-
GPT here?
Timmy.
Oh
Timmy.
no!
Go to
You get
Phil.
no consensus going on in this
Timer.
podcast.
No,
Timer,
no.
Tomer,
Not at
Timner.
all.
You gotta change your mind. You can't let
Tomer's
Gigan-
no,
I was
Tomer,
leaving
no.
on
No,
set
no,
because I
no.
don't believe in this
Gigantosaurus is
stupid
the heart of
criteria.
Commander.
No,
What?
Gigantosaurus
is the heart of
It's the
Commander.
heart of Commander.
Reach
It's
into
the
your
heart of
heart.
Commander.
Ask the theoretical Timmy player in 2023.
Anybody
show
can.
them these
Richard's
cards.
right though. Who's gonna fist bump after what? Which card?
Yeah, but why did fist bumping
Okay,
become
if
part
we
of
do
the
a hipster tier
criteria?
list-
Yeah.
because you're
We'll go to Gigantosaurus.
Between Gigantosaurus and Galta, Primal Hunger, Galta is more aligned
No,
with the
wrong
Timmy placement.
Wrong one.
ChatGPT
Galta
doesn't even
has a
know
cost
Stampede Tyrant
reduction
exists. It's too new.
Based on the total power of creatures you control, allowing for the potential of casting a massive creature for a relatively low cost. This
Sure.
dynamic,
I mean, it's still right.
along with Galta's impressive power and trample, tends to appeal to Timmy players who enjoy the thrill of casting enormous creatures and reveling
Timmy.
in their
Fake
sheer
Timmy.
size and impact. Gigantosaurus is also a large creature, but it lacks the cost
so.
reduction aspect that makes Galta particularly exciting for Timmy players.
Cost reduction. Cost reduction.
Yes.
Yeah, cost reduction was really what
Mere-
what
Yeah.
put it over
Mere
there.
Even though the
enforcer.
Duke Alpha doesn't have cost reduction, it's okay.
It does not. No.
Oh wait, no, oh, sorry. I
Whoa,
almost,
whoa,
fumbled
whoa.
that.
Settle down.
No,
man.
no. Richard had it right. Richard had it right.
I'm telling you, man, the fist bump criteria. That is that is the criteria.
Okay, we'll do a hipster tier list next time, and we'll
There is
figure
no
out the
next
hipster
time.
tier.
You've sullied the.
Okay,
the
Apex
entire
Devastator
Gigantosaurus.
or Progenitus.
Oh, that's
Protection
that's
from
tough.
everything. Protection from
Okay,
everything.
this one is
Wait,
actually
Cascade,
the most
Cascade.
I
exciting
thought
one.
Bats and Tomer would clearly go Apex Devastator. They're clearly like the
No,
spikier,
it's
better, flashier thing.
They are
Or
the spike.
Cascade.
It
Y'all,
has protection from everything.
y'all are spiky. I don't know. I'd expect you to go with that Apex.
I think Timmy's want the big moment. I think they want the big moment. Protection from everything is a really exciting line of text, but so is Cascade, 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 Cascade. I think Timmy's want that big moment. I think that's what they're going for. So I'm going to go with Apex Devastator, but I think it's close, but it's Devastator.
Well, Tomer, what did you choose? You're just nodding. Is that Devastator choice?
Seth is right, but I'm still going for because I'm biased. That's why.
That's fine. That's fine.
I started back again. Like I came back in Alara, and Progenitus was the biggest thing. And it's 10 mana, and it's double Wooburg, and it's a 10/10. And it has protection from everything.
It even got a
Okay.
GP promo. You don't see that
Look,
for Apex Devastator.
Logically,
You have the weirdest
Apex
criteria.
Devastator. Part-wise,
Who got a
Progenitus.
Pulling stuff out of a hat.
promo?
Crim.
Who's got the bit more GP promos? I choose Progenitus.
I think Progenitus.
Come on, Rich.
Progenitus
Oh.
is
Yeah.
classic. It's 5 colors. It's an impossible mana symbol.
You
Or
boomers.
mana cost.
You boomers. Oh,
Protection
boomers.
from everything.
Everything.
Everything, Seth.
Boomers.
Wait, who was it that killed us with Progenitus? I think it was Seth.
It
He
was
added us
me.
commander, and he just went around and killed
Does that
everyone.
really count though? He's
Just
just using it as a 5C
two-shotting.
commander and he somehow cast it and just hit people.
Yeah, but he pumped its power by 1 so he could 2-shot us.
Oh,
World
you didn't have
Tide
it?
Worm or Atali?
Atali. Atali, obviously, of course. Big moment,
it's
big
Atali.
moment, big things
It's Atali, big
happening.
moment.
These two are both sweaty, so I guess by that metric, they're equally on the same playing field. So I would choose Atali. And because
Hey.
Dinosaur is the most Timmy, like, entire, like, type in all of the games.
I thought the worm was your choice because it's bigger.
Yeah, it's bigger and it's
Yeah.
one-sided. How about
What
that?
happened to the
But
bigger?
you have to carry 3 tokens with you. That's not very Timmy-like. But
It's the size
Oh.
matters not. It's how you cascade into it. Or
I choose
whatever
World's
the
Fine
thing
Verb, but it
is.
doesn't matter. We've been outgunned by the Italian.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yargle versus Avacyn. The biggest creature in all of Magic that skipped leg day. Or
All right, this is actually a
8/8
dilemma.
flying
Hmm.
indestructible angel.
This is really tough.
This is tough.
Oh my god, this is like really tough. I actually don't know if I could pick.
Both have very good histories. You know, they're both very Timmy-ish.
Yep.
But it's Yargle. It's easily Yargle.
Is it?
Yeah,
is. It's-
yeah.
look at that
I
power.
think it's Yargle. Yeah, it's Yargle.
But Avacyn
Before-
just like
before you say Avacyn, too sweaty. Too sweaty.
But
Avacyn too sweaty.
But Avacyn just
Throw
like
it out.
straight up stonewalls Yargle because of the leg day issue. Like
Sure.
if they're both on the battlefield, Avacyn just like
But
You
we're
got
gonna
burial
bring in the
rights,
fist bump
Avacyn, and
criteria
Fist-
randomly again. Who's gonna fist bump
Yeah.
you after an Avacyn or a
Yeah,
Yargle?
I don't buy that criteria.
I'm a fist bump
sticking
the
with
Yargle.
Avacyn. Avacyn's just like
I'm going with
one of the
Yargle, dude.
most like iconic Timmy creatures in Commander. I can't vote against. Yes, I love Yargle and the memes, but I think it's got to be Avacyn. It's just like such an iconic
Yargle's
Timmy
got
creature.
stats.
Crim,
Steph.
Crim. The fist bump criteria is ridiculous. I don't know why you'd bring it up. It's clearly Avacyn's Angel of Hope. 8/8 flying.
Oh.
Like you play Yargle and Commander and you can't attack anyone. You're like, I actually
No.
can't attack anyone. This is kind of sad. And like, at least
Yeah, but when you can attack, then you get the fist bump, do you not?
Yeah, dude. You can also fist
who
bump.
fist bumps
I don't know why you
Avacyn?
guys would admit this ridiculous thing.
I don't run this criteria.
Guys
I
in your
think it's
fist
a sham,
bumps.
But
Yargle is like
you don't
the-
fist bump an
the-
Avacyn player. Nobody does
the
that
meme
because they're
lord.
gonna Armageddon you.
You might fist bump their face.
Is Armageddon Timmy
Yeah.
card?
No, but if you play Avacyn as your commander, you go Avacyn and you go like Armageddon afterwards. That's
If you,
how
okay,
Avacyn plays.
y'all are gonna piss off the YouTube comments more than I ever have if you don't choose Yargle and Multani, because even I
Oh,
understand.
it's up to
Think of our
ChatGPT.
subcount.
Thankfully, ChatGPT
No.
thinks that Yargle and Mutani are 2 cards, so you might have a chance.
ChatGPT doesn't even know what cards we're
Like,
talking about.
The ability to cast Galta.
See, it's on
We're
Galta.
still on
We needed
Galta.
Phil.
Yeah.
We needed Phil.
These are operation issues. Don't worry.
In
They're edited
summary,
out.
Yargle's simplicity and raw power make it more likely to resonate with Timmy players who enjoy the thrill of casting massive creatures.
Yargle.
You're a real one. AI.
Yargle.
I have lost faith in
ChatGPT.
AI. Our future.
Yargle. Our
We're
arbitrary
doomed.
criteria catching up to us. What do
We're
we do now?
doomed.
We got Galta
Learning.
versus Progenitus in the finals. Or no, in the semifinals, sorry, for a spot in the finals.
Semifinals.
Galta or Progenitus?
What did you say earlier, Richard? For Progenitus? What was the name you said for it? I'm choosing Progenitus, by the way.
I'm-
Protection from everything.
I'm still Galta. At the big moment, I'm sticking with it. And plus,
Who has more GP promos? Progenitus, boom.
oh, but who has more versions? Galta, and they're
Wait, does
both
that mean-
super Timmy.
Nope. Nope.
Who do you fist bump though? That's the real question. I'd probably fist bump the
Progenitus.
Galta player. I think so. I'm going Galta.
How? It's not hard for Mono Green to cast any of the Galtas.
Fist bump.
But Progenitus, I just Wooberg double time.
What's the type on Progenitus? What's the type on Progenitus?
Avatar.
Protection from everything.
It's an avatar, I believe.
It's an
Protection
avatar. What the heck
from
is that? Okay.
Everything.
It's a Hydra
Protection from
avatar.
everything.
It learned
Ooh.
all 5 elements.
Yeah,
to
it is
defeat
the
Fire
Avatar.
Lord.
It is the Avatar.
Yep.
Galta.
All right,
Richard.
I'll throw my vote. I usually go last, but I'll let you guys decide. I think it's Galta. Like
No.
Yeah.
the 12/12 trample dino. Like the trample dino, all Galtas have this ability. Who has more card versions? Galta.
Mhm.
All of them are super Timmy. They're in the
Mhm.
timmiest color possible, green. Progenitus, you need to play like blue and red and like this other nonsense. You just go pure green with Galta and you play green spells. And you don't need to think. You just dump your hand on the battlefield. Galta.
So if
Break my
it
heart,
was
Tomer.
someone else
Just break my
answering
heart.
this, I would say easily Galta, obviously, but it has to be Progenitus. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Oh, no.
Logic
Thank
here. I'm
you,
going
Tomer.
Oh,
It's
no.
10 mana, double Wooper, 10/10.
Say it again.
Protection from everything.
Protection from everything.
From everything.
Galta still
Right.
chips through 2 damage, survives.
Yup.
Doesn't matter.
Yup.
Progenitus protection
I'm
from
saying,
your
I'm not saying
critique.
it's a more Timmy card. I'm saying I'm choosing Progenitus.
So Seth, you're doing Galta, right?
Oh, I'm Galta. I'm still, I'm back to ChatGPT. We've had a lot of ChatGPT today.
I'm immune to criticism, so I have protection from everything.
protection
It's
from everything.
Progenitus. Protection from everything.
Protection from your negativity on Progenitus right now.
Okay, do we have protection from Chat GPT? We're gonna find out.
Between Galta, Primal Hunger, and Progenitus, Galta is more aligned with the Timmy playstyle.
There you
Because
go.
it's Primal Hunger.
There you go. I mean, it's all Galta. I mean, Galta
Yeah,
is representing
it's Galta.
Galta, so that's fair.
Oh,
If
God.
Progenitus had multiple versions, Chat GPT would choose the best version as well. Into the finals, we finally undid Tomer's nostalgia there, so we can.
Oh.
I thought it was going all the way. Yeah.
Wait, did you start
I have
playing Magic
protection
at
for
Progenitus era? Is that the nostalgia factor?
No, I started way earlier, but I was like 5 when I started playing. So
Oh, it's when you
Alright,
came back? Is that the, yeah.
when I came back, yeah.
Itali versus Yargle and Multani.
So easy, Yargle and Multani. Not even close.
So
This one's
easy.
easy. Yargle
Kelly,
Multani,
Primal
so
Conger,
easy.
not even close.
Yeah, so easy, Yargle and Multani.
You guys aren't real Timmy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you're choosing
Yargle.
Itali.
yeah.
It's Yargle.
Yeah,
It's Yargle.
yeah.
I'm sticking
It's
with
Yargle.
the
It's Yargle.
tally. Oh no.
ChatGPT can stay home on this
That was
one.
fast.
No.
That was
we
actually
finally
fast.
decided on something, and it was Yargle. Oh, okay. You're
Leg
in
day,
grand
Richard.
Finals.
This is still easy. This is still very
It still is very easy. Galta, duh. Obviously.
Yargle and
No,
Multani.
there's no way. No. You guys are gonna make Yargle win the Timmy tier list. No.
If Yargle does not,
No.
Yargle has come to Bargle.
I
All
will-
right, that's the meme, and there is a reason why Yargle skips leg day. Okay, it's a
so
giant frog, man.
I said at the very beginning, my top 2 picks were Galta and Brazella, and I lied because Progenitus was the actual top one. But now Progenitus is gone, and I can confidently say that Galta is my choice.
There is no way you would choose that over Yargle and Multani.
It's a 12/12 trampler that puts all your things onto the battlefield.
Mhm.
I mean,
Team 6.
This is a very close
Frog.
one. If you add the power and
Frog,
toughness,
Tomer.
they're both 24 power and toughness combined.
Yep.
That's true, but
But
Galta
I-
comes with
I don't
a little
believe
bit
in
more.
skipping leg day though. Like that's a big
No,
knock.
Yes.
Richard,
That's a big
Frog.
knock. You died
That
to
is-
you died to like double lightning bolt or something. Man.
Yeah.
Like
Yo,
you trade with the fury. This is ridiculous. Like Galta all
y'all
the
are
way.
too sweaty. Y'all are too sweaty.
Yes.
Y'all are way too sweaty.
Ah.
Galta all the
That's-
way, right?
I mean, we ended in a good spot.
Yargle.
That's a good place to end. Like, I think you could argue that Galta is like the most Timmy creature ever made. If you add all the versions together, like they're all just like so Timmy. So I think we ended up in the right spot. I
a
do.
frog spirit. You're gonna say a frog spirit is not gonna be the sickest thing on this board. Okay,
Fist,
cool,
fist
dude.
bump.
It's also a
Fist
tree
bump,
bug.
Grim. Fist bump.
you are all not getting a fist bump for sure. Dude. Yargle and Multani
Look.
should win this by a landslide.
It
By
should
a
have been
landslide.
Progenitus. Should have been Progenitus.
It's Galta.
I mean,
It's Galta. Galta is the face of Timmy, I think. I think if you
Yeah.
ask most people, name one face card, I think it is Galta. I think we somehow got there despite our arbitrary criteria throughout the entire thing. I
Yeah.
think we got there.
Oh, I guess I should preface as well. Should have said at the beginning, but we avoided big creatures that were like combo focused. You know, so people are. I know someone's going to be like, "Where's Phyrexian Dreadnought?" It's because nobody actually casted Phyrexian. Timmy's didn't cast Phyrexian Dreadnought. You comboed.
Wait, has there been a person that has ever actually cast Progenitus?
I did and won that game with it.
Yeah.
It actually happened. That
We
commander.
actually-
Yes, that's
we
Children,
died
but
to
that's
it.
his commander.
we in fact died to it. Yes.
Yes, we died to it.
We got it. We got the one time it was actually cast for real and not like show and tell into play. We got it. I will point out though, Progenitus isn't protection from sacrifice. There's a little asterisk there.
Or
it
farewell.
needs power creep in 2023. Cannot be exiled. and it cannot be sacrificed.
It just dies to a Wrath of God.
I know.
It's not good.
I know. Does that count for anything?
Protection from everything, dude.
All right, so there's our Timmy bracket. Galta reigns supreme. Let us know what you think of Galta. Let us know what you think of skipping leg day. Is it important? If I had a 50 power 4 toughness creature, is that the Timmyest thing you've ever seen, or is that unplayable? Let us know in the comments. Let us know if we missed any cards. Our boomer pick was Force of Nature. Are there any other boomer picks?
Don't say our. Don't say our. That was not mine.
I wanted Verdant Force. I thought that was the classic, like just the big body makes a sapling each turn. That's what I think of when it comes to like super boomery Timmy cards. But
I want a Croson. I want a Croson Cloud Scraper.
So let us know in the comments what you would choose, and we'll see you all back here next week.